Should be.
The 18th of April, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos, Pesach.
Okay, good morning. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Samanapsi, Yerushalayim Care Zoom. We're learning currently Haggadah Shal Pesach. Let's say we left off with the Haggadah. I believe Seva Lamed that Lavan was Akares Hakol, if I'm not mistaken.
Say Lamei, go learn.
Yeah.
Ma Bikesh Lavan, Harami, La Sos Liakov Avinu. What Lavan, the trickster, tried to do to Yaakov, our father. She Paro Lo Gazar Ella al Ha-Zicharim V'Lavan Bikesh La Kor Es Hakol. Paro only made a decree against the males, the boys. Lavan wanted to La Kor is what, to destroy?
To uproot everything.
Uproot everything. All the Jewish people. Uproot. Uproot. Okay, so Arami Oved Avi Vayered Mitzrayma Vayagar Sham Bimasei Me'at Vayihi Sham Lagoy Gadol Atzum Varav. An Aramean attempted to destroy our father, my father. He descended to Egypt and sojourned there. With few people, and there he became a great nation, mighty and numerous.
Right.
Vayered Mitzrayma, he descended to Egypt. Anus al pi hadibor, Anus, compelled.
Right. It was against his will. He was ostensibly, he was going there to see Yosef. Yosef's already in place there in Mitzrayim many years before. And now Yaakov had learned Yosef was in fact alive and Mishnah Melech in Mitzrayim. So now he was ostensibly going to see Yosef. But as we'll see, they actually decided that they would actually be staying there for although it was temporary, not a permanent dwelling, but they were going to be there for an extended stay.
Well, didn't he go down knowing that he was going to be there for extended time?
I think that was based on the prophecy that came to him when HaKadosh Baruch Hu came to him in Beersheba, if I'm not mistaken. If you have a Chumash Bereshis, you can take a look there and see what it says.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't have a Chumash in front of me, so I can't tell you exactly where it is, but it's probably toward Revi or Chamishi, I think. That's where Hashem comes and reveals himself to Yaakov Avinu.
I'm sorry, where did you say?
Probably towards the middle of the parsha, I think.
Which parsha?
That's in Parshas, V'yigash. Should be in Parshas V'yigash.
Vayigash, let's see, hi Sarah told us. Vayitse. Vayishlach. Vayishev. Kates. Vayigash. Okay, so let's see.
Toward the middle of the Parsha, I would imagine, let's see, what chapter does it begin in? Chapter,
Mem Hey, I'm in.
so it's probably in maybe Mem Zion, perhaps.
I see, so said your son Joseph, God has sent me as a master of all Egypt. Come down to me, do not delay. You will reside in the land of Goshen, and you will be near me, you and your sons and your grandchildren and your flock and your cattle and all that is yours. I will provide for you there, for there will be 5 more years of famine, lest you become destitute, you and your household and all that is yours. That seems to imply that he's going down there for a long time.
Right, but we don't have any, the point of compulsion here, we don't have any point of compulsion yet. How to continue on with the Parsha?
Okay, behold, your eyes see in the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that is speaking to you. Therefore tell my father, all my glory in Egypt and all that you saw, but you must hurry, bring my father down here.
Oh,
Uh,
so, okay, so fast forward, this is Yosef speaking to his brothers, that you go back and tell Yaakov should come back down.
right,
Go fast forward to the next chapter.
okay. So Israel set out with all that he had and came to Beersheba, where he slaughtered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. God spoke to Israel in night visions and said, Jacob, Jacob. He said, here I am. He said, I am the God of your father. Don't be afraid of descending to Egypt, for I shall establish you as a great nation there. I shall descend with you to Egypt, and I shall also surely bring you up, and Joseph shall place his hand upon your eyes.
Oh, so this is what we're talking about here. I believe this is the onus al pi dibur. When Hashem is telling him he should go down, so now he's compelled to go down, even though he had set out earlier, apparently to go down on his own, simply to see Yosef. But now he's being compelled by Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Right.
This is what the compulsion here is. Does Rashi explain anything over here?
It's a good question. Let's see. Okay, do not be afraid of descending to Egypt, because he was distressed, because he was forced to leave the land of Israel for an area outside of the land.
There you are. See, he was forced to leave. That's the compulsion.
Right. And it says, and I shall also surely bring you up. He promised him that he would be buried in the land of Israel. So he's going to be there. He's going to be in Egypt for the rest of his life.
Right.
Then it moves on to the new topic. Okay. All right, so let's see, we brought this up because why? I forgot now.
Al pi dibur.
Oh, by great.
Right. So you might want to reference that pasuk in the Chumash to your Haggadah there, where it says al pi dibur.
Oh, good point. Yeah, so it's Reshis. see. Rashis. 46. 46:1. So let me write that down here. Let's see. Rashis. (46:1). And that is Vayera. Okay. Okay. Vayagar Sham, he sojourned there. Milamed Shalo Yarad Yaakov Avinu Lehishta Kea the Mitzrayim Ella Lagur Sham, to teach us that Yaakov only went down Lehishta Kea to sojourn in Egypt.
Right.
I'm sorry, he did not go down Lehishta Kea to settle.
Right.
He
That
did
that Mishpekeh is to settle. His intention was never to settle in Egypt.
only to sojourn there. So he learned his lesson from Vayeshev. Shne'emar Vayomeru El Paro Lagur Be'eretz Banu Ki Ein Mir'eh Latzon Asher La Vadecha Ki Kaved HaRa'av Be'eretz Canaan Vata Yeshvu Na Avadecha Be'eretz Goshen. As it says, and he said to Paro, to sojourn in the land we have come, because there is not food for our sheep. That let's see, we have come to certain land because there is no pasture for the flocks of your servants. Because heavy is the famine in the land of Canaan. And now let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen. Well, this is interesting. It says Yeshvu, which is like Yoshev, to dwell,
Right.
not Gur, not to sojourn. So even though he went down to sojourn, he says to Paro, we're staying, we're dwelling. Is that
Right.
huge?
I don't know. I'm not so sure. Not so sure. I don't know. Not sure.
Okay.
Has to be looked into in more detail.
Yeah. B'matei ta'am ma'at, but b'masei ma'at. That says with few people. Ma'at is few. What masei is people?
No, Masay is like their occupation.
With few occupations?
Excuse me?
With few occupations?
No, the Mismei Ma'at. Let's think. That's the explanation, that there wasn't sufficient, they didn't have sufficient, it wasn't sufficient for them in Canaan at this point. And to only be there, what they were intending, his intention was not to be there permanently.
But isn't this, yeah, it says in the commentary that because there were 70 people,
Right.
so it somehow it means few people. I just don't get how it means few people.
Well,
Mas,
ma'at is a few, is a little.
right, and what is, I guess mem saf is the root,
Yeah.
but that's like mace, that's like death.
Yeah, that's a specific phrase.
Sorry,
It's like those who were gathered. I think those who were gathered. There were very few that were gathered there.
so like a gathering.
Right.
It was a small gathering. Kama shene'amar, how much that it says, B'shiv'im nefesh, with 70 souls, yardu, they went down. Avosecha, our fathers, meets Rima to Egypt. Vata samcha, and you placed Hashem. Okay, see you. Have a good time. Elokecha ki kochvei hashemayim l'rav. And samcha usually means to place, but here I think it means to make. Is that right?
Yes, right, correct.
Okay, so they came down with 70 people, and you made them like the stars of the heavens.
That's what they were transformed after the time passed. They became like the stars of the heavens. Correct.
Right. Vayisham, excuse me, Lagoy. And he became there for a nation. Melamed shehayu Yisrael mitzuyanim sham, to teach us that Israel was mitzuyanim, distinctive sham there.
Right.
So we became a great nation. Oh, to see that we maintained our nationhood. We were separate. We were distinct. Gadol
Right.
Atzum, great and mighty. Kama shene'amar, as it says, Uvenei Yisrael paru v'yishretzu, v'yirbu, v'yatzmu, v'ma'od ma'od. That the children of Israel multiplied very much, like insects.
Yeah, like they were swarming.
Right. The team Malay Haaretz Osam, and the land was filled with them. The Rav, numerous. Kama Shne'emar, as it says, Rivava Kitzamach Hasadeh Nisaticha, does Nisatich, Batir B, Batig Deli, Vata Vo'i, Ba'adi Adayim Shadayim nachonu us reich tzimeach va'at a rove a Rome the area. I made you numerous like the plants of the field. Nisaticha. I placed you.
Yeah, or I made you. It was established.
I made you. The tier B numerous. Vatig Dali. Let's see. And you grew and developed and became charming with Tigdali Vatavo'i, beautiful Ba'adi, a figure, Adayim Shadayim. Shadayim, his breasts. What's Adayim?
Still not as of yet.
Not as of yet, with breasts nachoni that are full.
Yeah, they're not yet full, right? Correct.
Usaarei tameach, and hair that's long.
Yeah.
Va'at a rove the area, and you were naked and bare. Va'avor, and I passed alayich over you, the air eich, and I saw you misboseses, downtrodden b'damayich, in your blood. V'amar, and I said lach, to you, b'damayich chayif, through your blood you shall live. V'amar lach, and I said to you, b'damayich chayif, through your blood you will live.
Right, correct. That's a reference to the Dam Korban Pesach and Dam Bris Milah. It's repeated twice.
Right. Right. And the Dam Korban Pesach is the one is the blood that we put on the lintel.
Correct, that's right.
Vayareu osanu ha mitzrim vaya'nunu vayitenu aleinu avodah kasha. And the Egyptians did evil to us and afflicted us and put upon us hard labor.
Correct. That was the catalyst for our crying out.
That was the catalyst for what?
For our crying out to Hashem was because of the hard labor that we didn't have any rest and we were subjugated to the Mitzrayim.
Right. Vaya Reu Osanu Hamitzrim. The Mitzrim did evil to us. Kama Shneamar, as it says, Hava Nischach Ma. Let us deal wisely, with them. Pen Yerbeh, lest they multiply. The Haya Ki Sik Rena. And it will be when there is a war. Milchama, when there is a war, Tosef, Gam Hu, and they will add also Al Son Enu to our enemies. The Nilcham Banu, and they will leave us, Va'ala Nin Haaretz, and go up from the land.
Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Right. Nunu, they afflicted us. Kama Shinamar, as it says, Vayasimu alav, they put upon us Sare, taskmasters, Misim, Laman Anoso, in order to oppress Besivlosam with burdens. Vayaven a array miskenos the Pharaoh, and they built cities, treasure cities for Paro. Es Pisom the Es Ramses. Pithom and Ramses. I think there was something about those cities, those names of those cities, that they were particularly bad places or something like that. Vayitenu Alenu Avodah Kasha, and they put upon us hard labor. Kama Shneamar, as it says, excuse me, Vidu Mitzrayim, and they subjugated. Mitzrayim subjugated us. Es b'nei Israel, the children of Israel, the Farech. What's the Farech?
That's from from Avoda's para severe with severity.
V'nitz ak el Hashem Elokei Avosenu vayishma Hashem es kolenu vayar es anenu the es amalenu the es lachatzenu. And we cried to Hashem our God. I'm sorry. To Hashem, the God of our fathers. And Hashem heard our voice. And saw our affliction.
Oh, so what was again? Try and focus on what was the catalyst for all of this? What was it? What was the chronology? What was the series of events that occurred over here?
Well, they afflicted us and put hard labor upon us first.
Right.
Before that, we became a great nation, mighty and numerous. But we had no mitzvahs.
Oh.
And then the Egyptians did evil to us, inflicted us, and put hard labor upon us. And then we cried out. And after we cried out, Hashem saw our affliction and our burden and our oppression. So it was the lack of mitzvahs, I guess, that was the initial catalyst.
Right. I mean, look, at this point, you have to remember this is all before Matan Torah, right?
Right.
So the fact that we had no mitzvahs, is that said as some type of a criticism? What's the slant on this mentioning that we had no mitzvahs?
Well, it's in the context of saying how beautiful we were. We were prospering. I mean, the Avos kept the mitzvos. So
Correct.
Presumably, we were keeping the mitzvos. We were following in the footsteps of the Shvatim, who were keeping the mitzvahs. And then we prospered, and we had lots of children, and we were beautiful and full of figure and all that stuff. But we stopped doing the mitzvahs. I guess it would seem to what it means. We stopped them. In other words, there's a culpability here that we were assimilating.
It seemed to be meaning it's like as if we should have had mitzvahs, but we didn't have mitzvahs.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's continue.
Okay, so let's see, we're not, I lost my place. Oh, we cried out, okay. The V'nitzak es Hashem Elokei Avosenu. We cried out to the God of our fathers. Kama Shne'amar, as it says, Vayhi Vayamim Ha-Rabim Ahem Vayamas Melech Mitzrayim Vayeanchu V'nei Yisrael Min Ha'avodah V'yiz Aku Vata'al Shav Asam El Ha'elokim Min Ha'avodah. So it happened in those many days, that the king of Egypt died, and the Vayeanchu, they groaned
Yeah,
the children of Israel from the servitude. And they cried. And it rose up. To Hashem from the work. What is
right.
Shavasam? What is Shavasam?
They're like that was the outcries.
The outcries. Okay, so the outcries rose up to Hashem because of the servitude.
Right.
Vayishma Hashem el kolenu, and Hashem heard their cry. Kama shneamar, as it says, Vayishma Elokim es na kasam, v'yizkor Elokim es briso es Abraham es Yitzchak es Yaakov. Hashem heard their cry and remembered, and Hashem remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Yitzchak, and with Yaakov.
That's right. This was see, we sometimes we take the wrong approach to the. It was obviously it was terrible. It was unjust and uncalled for. All the suffering we had to go through, but nevertheless, the suffering did cause that Hashem should now intervene on our behalf.
Right. It's interesting the way it says Es Abraham, Es Yitzchak, the Es Yaakov. It seems to be emphasizing each one individually. Usually we say the promise to Abraham, and that's all we say. I wonder why it's emphasizing each one.
Right. I would say just officially looking at it that since each individual of the forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, they had individual statements and promises made to them, right?
Right.
So,
but they were pretty much the same promises.
right.
Like I told Abraham, I'm going to do for you.
It's being like reconfirmed in each case. It's being reconfirmed.
Right. Right.
So, in terms of the actual content of the promise, so the content of the promise is basically the same, but since each one was a confirmation or ratification of the original promise, so I think it gains certain significance in and of itself at that point.
Right. Right. Okay, Vayar es on Yenu. Saw our affliction. Zo perishus derech eretz. This is the disruption of family life. Derech eretz. Kama shenamar, as it says, Vayar Elokim es b'nei Yisrael vayeda Elokim. It says Hashem saw the children of Israel, and Hashem knew. Hashem knew. English says Hashem took note.
of the affliction, I guess.
Right. It's a strange wording.
Right, yeah, that's true.
I think our time is up.
Okay, fine, all right. So let's see,
Tomorrow, we're gonna learn tomorrow at 9:30?
I think so. You want to?
I think so, yeah. And then next week, Sunday is the day before Erev Pesach. We're gonna learn on Sunday, you think?
We can try.
All right, and Monday, I assume we will not.
Friday and Monday on our pace will probably be busy.
We're burning the chametz and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and then for Chol Hamoed, we're gonna have a 9:30 schedule on Chol Hamoed?
I would like to, if you're open to the idea, we can continue.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, very
All
good.
right, see you tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem.
It's Hashem. Have a good afternoon and hope to see you tomorrow.
Okay, take
Right.
care.
Thank you, Luke. You both. Good.